That was definitely over my level, but we still did it. That's kind of wild, because that's like... That was surrounded by level 35 Pokemon. Tauros is very large. So, I mean, I think I'm really over-leveled for this gym. Maybe I should get rid of some Pokemon. I really... I don't know, like, what we're going for next. The, Larry guy, I think it looked like he was a normal type, right? So we can kind of just do whatever with him. It's gonna... I'm gonna say it's gonna be a bit before we can use Donphan. Even if we're allowed to catch and use level 45 Pokemon after this gym, I want to still, like, keep pace with what I currently have here. I think I want to just keep Smoliv for strength purposes. I need to just... I guess what I really need to do is figure out how much level disparity there is. What I might be able to do... Like, Belly Bolt's not too bad. I could always get Belly Bolt for electric typing. Get, I could just throw Really Roller in there. Not gonna be, like, effective. Get Palmo back. There's a lot of area... I think Palmo actually is around here. I saw one. So we can always just catch a new Palmo to use. Which is regrettable, but I don't know. I guess I could always see how easy it would be to actually grind these guys up to a high level. Maybe if I throw, like, Tinkatuff from level 30 onto a team of lower level Pokemon and try to just auto-battle. But for now, we'll continue with what we have. And just, I also need to see how Farafrig looks now that we evolved it. But keep what we have, figure out what the trainer level is, and then maybe work towards it. Armor Tail. Mysterious tail covering the Pokemon's head makes opponents unable to use priority moves against the Pokemon or its allies. That's actually decent. I think there was like a double berry eating ability that it was supposed to have, but Armor Tail seems a lot better. Well, it's like a Psychic Terrain, I think, does that, but this is just a freebie. Alright. It's a... Stats don't seem like overly crazy, but they're fine. And again, mainly it's because I like the design. Where are you going? I like that it's like a real giraffe. That's always been kind of what I didn't care about Girafarig for. Although it's really kind of weird looking at it without a tail at all. I get that the tail went up, but I don't know, give it like a little bit more of a spike down there. Kind of bothers me just a smidge bit. Actually, I don't know if we can do it now. Can we? Oh, it's too sloped. I kind of want a picnic just to see everyone. See everyone together. So I'm liking my group right now. They're a bunch of fun lads. Yeah, you are kind of large. A lot of these guys are kind of big. Doliv's still small size. Ball thrown. I didn't see, or I forgot at least, what level Primate learns its new move. Look at you go. See, they're having fun. They're playing soccer. My little buddy. You're close to leveling up and evolving soon. Which is for the best, because I don't think I'm going to use you during the water gym. As fun as that might be. We're leaving. Farafrig, what happened? You went after the ball, didn't you? I think it wanted to tell me something, but then it disappeared. Alright. Moving on. Oh, are we just gonna fight here? Because there is an arena. Vulcan Veluza, where? Where in the world? He looks so sad. Oh. He looks like a Muppet too. Where in the world is my wallet? He looks like he has the face that Relor has, the dung beetle. Thought my wallet won't be able to get today's hot item. It'll get brought up by someone else. Oh, he's crying. Don't worry, old man Kofu. I'll run and look for it right now. God, can you imagine going all the way through the desert to look for this dude's wallet? What do you want? Old man Kofu's in the middle of some super duper important ingredient buying. If you're thinking about trying to interrupt him, then I, his best apprentice, will have to stop you. So do you have something super important to say to us busy folks, or what? This is super important. Super important, eh? Well, see about that. Maybe a battle will shut your mouth. We could also just say, I have your wallet, and not go through this, but this will be a good way for me to judge what level I should be. Floatzel. 28. We are definitely over the level. Most of our Pokemon are 35 at this point. Or close to it. So maybe I'll keep like Giraffe, Bridge Giraffe, Dolliv, and Prime Ape, and then try to get some other Pokemon in here. Twin Beam! I figured you had Bite, but I also figured it wasn't going to do anything. Flinch! Good for you. Critical hit. It's going to flinch again, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, good. Still not doing great damage here. I was wondering if we could outplay it by having it want to use Aqua Jet to get the kill. Glad I switched. I'm gonna just look because you're already almost dead. Oh, see, it had Aqua Jet. It would have totally used it. If it thought it needed it. Launcher. I've told my story about Clauncher before. It's not really much of a story. It was like, I think a Games Radar article that was like, here's top 5 Pokemon that make no sense. And they brought up Clauncher, I think. I think I'm pronouncing it poorly. But, you know, Clauncher's final evolution. And how, like, it's crazy. Like, that doesn't make sense. You can't just make beams with your claws. And I'm like, oh, this stupid idiot doesn't know what a pistol shrimp is. Shucks, I let old man Kofu down. Which, I mean, look up pistol shrimps. They're cool. Dang it, that backfired, and now my wallet's empty too. Hey, step right up. Come on, you know. Do the Mario. Hey, step right up and tell me, what's all this ruckus about over here? Old man Kofu, seems the kid got something to say to you. What's that now? A customer here for little old walletless, moneyless me? What can I do for ya? You forgot this? I have your wallet. I thought the other option was forget about it. Vulcan Veluza, my wallet! Again, it's been like days. Say what now? My lobby staffer sent you out here to bring it to me? Ah, that's a huge help. Thanks for coming all this way. I guess I should apologize for my little apprentice, too. Hope we didn't bother you too much. There's something here at the Porto Miranda auction that we really want to get our hands on. So as you can imagine, we were both a bit worked up to find... I forgot my wallet. Ladies and gents, you won't want to miss this. Here comes today's last item. What is it? What's the item? Feast your eyes on the main event. I have here the legendary Wakami seaweed of the Hoenn region. Let's go. Hoenn represent. Do I have any takers? Vulcan Veluza. I don't even have to touch it. I can see it's got the springy texture of seaweed chock full of nutrients. And just look at it. Look how it catches the light and shines so brightly. Oh, and that rich, fresh aroma of something plucked straight out of the ocean. I need to get me some of that. Now listen, kid. If you want to challenge me at the Cascarafa gym, you're going to need some smarts. And this is the perfect place to test you. Get the winning bid on that seaweed for the soul man. What's a winning bid? Well, you see, here at the auction, you gotta compete with other customers for goods. You gotta be aware of how much money you have, of course. The person who bids the highest price gets to buy whatever's on sale. Here you are, fighting funds for the auction. Be smart with it, and win this old man that seaweed. I'm gonna spend all this money on myself. I don't really get what's happening. Oh, I'm not really ready for this, because I was gonna switch to the other Pokemon. Make the winning bid at the auction. Owns Legendary Wakame Seaweed will start the bidding at 10. Don't bid yet. And we have 25,000. We're at 25,000. Do I hear more? Don't bid yet. Oh, we have no choice. This is gonna go into my savings. I mean, I don't have any choice here. Like, I can't, like, back out. I can't say no. Sold! Well done, kid. I guess I lost. That was amazing. You put those grown-up bidders to shame with your bidding skills. Thank you for winning that seaweed for this old man. I'll be taking it now if you don't mind. No, it's mine. This seaweed's a great catch. I would be feeling low as a seabed if I'd failed to get my hands on it. If there's any of that money I gave you left, feel free to keep it as a tip. I don't know if there was. I think you only gave me 40,000, so I guess I did poorly. You can even use it to try your hands at the auction again if you like. Alright, I'm gonna head on back to Cascarafa Gym now. Old man Kofu's gonna prepare a real good battle for you. You see that here? You hear me? You see that? You're going the wrong way? He's going the wrong way. That's not where the gym is. He went the wrong way. I guess it doesn't matter. I thought Nimona would show up. So these are auctions? That's weird. I guess it's interesting. I wonder if there's a trick to it. Welcome. I'm not buying. I think these are like normal foods. I guess everything in the center here is where you auction. Okay. I don't know the best way for me to try to do the level up thing, but I'll maybe just try to do what I said. Probably best not to host a picnic here. I didn't mean to. Yeah, I'll just try to do what I said and see if I can level up, like, Palmy, Belly, something else that would be effective. You. I don't want to try using Relor. Yo, Toad School might be sick, although it's going to be neutral against... I don't really want to use Toad School, actually. Belly Bolt it is. Toss you in there. Flamigo. Just as a different option. Could always bring Bombardier back. Maybe I'll bring Bombardier back. I never really used Finizen. I don't think Finizen would have any, like, better attacks. It would just be water against water. Oh, I can use Tandem Mouse. Guess I could. I mean, it's at a decent enough level. Maybe I should really go for just a bunch of the weaker stuff. Not even things I have currently. Maybe I'll keep... maybe I'll keep Primeape just for the sake of getting the experience. Try Veraroom. Flittle? Get my Flittle back in there instead of Girafarig. Where's my Flittle? Let's not use Belly Bolt. I don't really want to use Belly Bolt, and I never really used Pomo after it evolved. We'll throw Flittle back in there. Get you out of there too, because again, you're all at a bit of a high level. And like one more thing that we'll keep. Mischief. Like I could probably get these guys. Well, he's used Bramblin. I use Bramblin. I really don't want to use Bramblin. I don't. Like that's one of those ones I just outright despise. So, not gonna use Bramblin. We can use. Alright. Just really have to get them up only a little bit, honestly. So I'll just get them to level 28. And I think that probably will be fine. So I'll be right back. So apparently I got a little overzealous with my training. I got to level 30, but it looks like Pomo's evolving. I kind of hate it. Pawmot, it's like, it's definitely feels a bit more like an evolution than Pawmi to Pomo. This Pokemon normally is slow to react, but once it enters battle, it will strike down its enemies with lightning fast movement. Like, Revival's Bless. What? The user bestows a loving blessing, reviving a party Pokemon that has fainted and restoring half that Pokemon's max HP. Dang. That's pretty cool. 1 PP makes sense. Yeah, why not? That's like a weird kind of move. I meant to get to like 28. I kind of been shifting Pokemon around. It's really actually super easy to level up Pokemon just by doing this kind of thing. I already had a Tink at 32, got Low Kicks and Flittle to 29 and 28. Tandemaus as well. Might as well, like I kind of feel like maybe it would be a decent idea to just switch some Pokemon around. Just so I have them as viable options. Okay, Pawmot still has decent physical attack and speed. It's interesting. I guess I'm glad I have that to work with. But, like, it's still such a weird evolution line. That's not what I want to look at. Get me out of this menu. Look, like, they even, like, show them side by side so you can really get a feel for it. Like, I guess the difference between Pawmi and Pomo is that the, like, color is a little more desaturated, but then it gets its color back. And like, I would say that Pawmot has a little too much going on with its fur. So like, if they just kind of in between Pawmot and Pomo, maybe it would have been a little bit better for me. I don't know, this whole thing's weird. It's such a weird Pokemon. No, come back. I also am pretty confident now that I've been trying. Oh, it's much larger. It's much larger. It like that's too much hair coming off of it. Like that's too much. Maybe if it was like it had the fuzz around its neck, but then the hair was similar to how Palmy has it, that... Oh, this doesn't do it in order. God, this Pokedex is so weird. Was it like 24? Like if the fluff looked similar on the top of the head to that, but then it has the neck fluff, that might have been okay. And maybe not quite as big. But I need to switch you out now. I still don't know who I want to really bring with me. I have these Pokemon and I'm like, why I might as well. So you don't need any more level ups, that's for sure. Earthworm. Capsicid. Rellora seems like it could be kind of cool if I could figure out how to use it properly. It's kind of special attack and attack are middling. I guess I'll try to use Varoom. I'm assuming Cyclizar doesn't really evolve, so I don't care too much about that. And I could always play around with Finizen. Majchif. Maybe Majchif. Maybe we'll do that. I really don't care that much about Varoom, and if Majchif evolves into Mod Boss, then that might be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Maybe I'll use Bombardier right now, but get you and Knucklesack to around 29, and then just keep putzing around. It's pretty easy and fun enough to do. You just have to find a spot where your type is most effective. So like right here, I think Bombardier would not do very good because it's a rock. So you can see I take massive damage. Where in fighting the Girafarig is probably best because it'll take into account the psychic typing and the dark typing. So it's really a matter of just making sure you're in an area with a lot of decent types. The reason I was able to get Palmo so high in level was just because I went back to, I don't know the city names, Lovia, the one with the streamer, with Iona. I went over there because I remembered it having a lot of water types and flying types. Lavencia. And had Palmo just deal with that because Palmo was at a bit of a lower level than everyone else, so I wanted that one to get the most out of it. And then I came here and started to try to do stuff in the water, which was a little bit too tough for Palmo. But yeah, basically, as long as you find a spot with a decent type for you to take advantage of, it seems to do good work. So don't fight Salt. I haven't even seen the Salt here until just now. And then it's kind of a crapshoot when you fight things that you don't have a strength against. Oh, also, when I pulled Armor Rouge out. Oh, Lord. Turos almost became a problem for me earlier because it got crit and anger pointed. Oh, that's also something I forgot to mention, which kind of sucked, and also let me save because of it. The game crashed on me when I started grinding initially, so I did have to do it again, but it's very quick. I also don't quite get how to take into account when you I didn't need to go into a normal battle. We should be fine. Pluck the Skidoo, kill it. See, easy. Yeah, thought is lost. There was something I didn't take into account. Fido can learn Baton Pass. Probably better than Lick. Actually, probably better than Covet, but... Also, I don't have anything to Baton Pass. Why am I teaching it that? The other thought I had was Armor Rouge. Oh, okay. You say so. Armor Rouge, I checked its moves and it actually got Mystic Fire. Oh, that's what we saw on that screen. I figured... Dachspoon. I kinda like it. The pleasant aroma that emanates from this Pokemon's body helps wheat grow, so Dachspoon has been treasured by farming villages. Look how happy that dog was. Wait, okay, so we got a couple of things that happen right away. Look at it. It's having a grand old time. Armor Rouge, that's what I was talking about. Got overly distracted. It's very large here. I'm still getting distracted. When I checked its moves, which I have been kind of doing because doing auto battles, you can't see their moves. It actually has Mystic Fire, which isn't too bad. At some point, I guess I can learn these. I don't know when those showed up. I mean, I guess I do. Again, auto battle, it doesn't tell you what moves it learns. It just says, hey, there's moves now. I feel like Nightshade would be decent if you're mainly a defensive. You don't seem that defensive. I guess you're still a low level, though. How are you, buddy? What are you? Oh, yeah, you also got Play Rough, which was kind of nuts. Yeah, you're still an attacker. Well-baked body. The Pokemon takes no damage when hit by Fire-type moves. Instead, its defense stat is sharply boosted. That's pretty neat. It's not like it was like weak to fire to begin with, but I mean that's still having a fire immunity and boosting a pretty decent defense. Seems alright. Do you learn any other moves to work up at some point? And I'm trying to get Toedscool up. I checked Tentacool and Tentacruel, and I think they evolved at like level 30. So I figured I could do that. You didn't get anything new either. I know you got something, but you're also still very frail. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing this and see if I get any other evolutions. Now I kind of want to use Oven Bake here. Let me take a look at you. Oh, you're a big pupper. Oh wait, wrong. You're kind of weird. Like, I guess I should have expected the baked dog from Dough Dog. It's alright. It's like I don't like how kind of skinny it is in the middle. I also don't like how hungry it makes me. Alright, so this is gonna be my B team here. I might have overdone it a little bit, having them all up this high. Obviously, Dolliv is at around the level that everyone else was at. I noticed something because Flittle was the last one that got a move, which was Agility, it looks like. Which I don't really care that much about. But it has a ribbon for being a kind-hearted Pokemon. It's the Flittle the kind-hearted. I don't really know what that means, but that being said, I learned that Bombardier has one for being a Titan. So yeah, basically that static encounter was Titan, which I don't know if that really means anything beyond them just being that. Like, I don't know if they get something special besides possibly being larger because they were the Titan Pokemon. I can't really tell when it comes to like Bombardier, and my frame of reference with Donphan is a bit low because that was just a large Pokemon to begin with from what I could tell. So, who knows? This is the team we'll go in with. Kind of just do Finizen on there just for funsies. I guess I would want to lead with Palmet. Palmet got Wild Charge, which I think was just based on it evolving, because I don't think that was in its learn set before. Some of these Pokemon, like, did have different moves that I don't think we were able to learn before, but I think it's alright. Nothing special, but it exists. It's something to work with, and we're gonna work with it, okay? So just calm down. I'd imagine we're still technically over level for this, but We'll see how it goes. I don't know what, I don't know what to expect water type wise. Wish Cash could be a problem, but we have Smoliv just in case. We don't have like a normal Quagsire to worry about. Oh, look at that. So yeah, I think for the most part, unless if there's other water types I don't know about, I think we should be just fine going all in with super effective moves. Ow. I've damaged myself. I'm pretty sure I got an item over here before. Alright, let's do this. Feels like this was supposed to happen a long time ago and we just never did it. Well now, Rogue. I already forgot about you, dude. You appear to be progressing well on your gym circuit. What's this now? Is this the kid I've been hearing so much about? I like your hair. Hey kiddo, heard you're like way too good at battling, yeah? Yeah. That's me. Nah, you got some spirit, big shot. This young lady would be Rika. Okay. I like your tie. That's me, Rika, here at your service. And hey, I know I'm pretty, but no need to get intimidated or anything. She's a little farcical, shall we say, but like myself, she's a member of the Elite Four. What? I wasn't trying to be funny. Anyway, Tell you something. I don't like that you're calling me kiddo. It makes me think of Borderlands. Tell you something, kiddo. You look fun. Like, interesting at a glance, anyway. I look like a Melvin. What are you talking about? Naturally, he is one of our Academy's esteemed students. I barely go to class, which reminds me I probably should go back to class. Oh, haha, yeah, that checks out. But the battles you'll face at these gyms really ratchet up the farther you go. Indeed, your average trainer abandons the challenge at roughly this very point. But not you, right, kiddo? See, when you hit this champion assessment, you show these gyms what you've got. When did these scenes actually play? Best of fortune to you. Like, do they always play, like, specifically for this gym challenge? I think Nimona mentioned that we were at our third gym when we had to battle her, but maybe that's just like a, maybe it just inserts whatever gym number you're at that moment. So, like, I guess I could see them always showing up at this one specifically, which would be kind of funny if you've done every gym but this one. But it does sound like this is supposed to be, like, halfway point, which makes sense. This is B number 4, right? Rogue, I heard you reunited Kofu with his wallet. It took you, like, forever, but I guess it worked out. Can't thank you enough, though. This is a little irregular. Please consider your gym test passed. Well, the gym test was me doing a... whatever. We won't worry about it. Are you ready to challenge Gym Leader Kofu, the surging chef? Yep. We have, like, 2 chefs here for the gyms. Very well. Allow me to show you to the battle court. I guess a baker doesn't count as a chef. I feel like they were a little too similar, though. It's kind of weird. It's like having a painter and someone that does sketches as, like, separate gym challenges. Like, yeah, they're different, but also very similar. They're all acting like they're surprised he's here. Old man Kofu, play with us, come on! I'd be honored if you would try a new item from my restaurant's menu as well. Sorry everybody, I've got some business to take care of at the gym real quick like. I'm keeping someone waiting, you see? Please forgive me, I need to do this first. Okay. I think I've done like 3 different voices for this dude. Hey, step right... I already did that. Step right up, I've been waiting for you. Thanks for the help over in Porto Marinada. You did my fine job. Good. And now that I've got that legendary seaweed, I can make some real quality dishes with it. But don't expect me to go easy on you in our battle here. Like, why not just make him, like, I don't know, like a ship captain or something? At the auction, we battle with buying and selling. At my gym, we battle in a more traditional sense. Moves and tactics ever changing as the raging sea. Like, see? That sounds like he could be like a sailor. I'ma serve you a full course of water-type Pokemon. Don't try to eat them, though. So we do eat water-type Pokemon, right? We've determined that now, that we do eat Pokemon. We were challenged by Gym Leader Kofu. I know, like, they showed stuff in the anime. Okay, hello. I did not realize I had my dolphin out. Feel a bit indebted to you, but don't expect me to go easy on you just because of that. Mold Breaker. Okay. I don't think we really had anything. I don't really want to switch until I know. Ow. Well, that didn't really work out for me, did it? Palooza is a bit faster. Well, Finizen's going down. I was like, oh yeah, you know, I could focus energy into a double hit since all I have are water type moves. Let's see. I also didn't see what level you actually were. Oh, your speed actually is not that great. I really thought you'd be faster. Like, dolphins are fast, right? I guess that's why you have Aqua Jet. I'm gonna just go straight to Palm it. You are the fastest thing I have. I would almost have assumed this thing would have had, like, rough skin. Yeah, 29 and 3 Pokemon, so I do feel like I should have been... 30 might have been a little bit much, but... we're fine. I mean, that's your starting Pokemon, so maybe your other one will be a bit higher. Wugtrio. I wouldn't be surprised if this has ground. It's probably fast too. Just in case. Play it safe. I find it really... Oh! I just saw that the Tidal actually showed up in that battle. I also did not see what move he used. I find it really weird that they decided to, like, change Wugtrio's color back to... Well, it's not really the same as Gooey. It's not the same as Diglett exactly, but it's weird that they didn't, like, the white from Wiglet. Like, it kind of seems like it's a bit more, like, reddish. But again, I think it's fine. I don't think I really explained very well why I think it's fine. I talked about how... Crabominable. Okay, well. I talked about how I don't like... Tides ebb and flow. It's time for a raging tidal surge. How I don't like the trend of long Pokemon. Mainly what I like is when they, like, make sense as, like, normal things in nature, like a tall palm tree or garden eels. And I don't care for them when it's, like, long Meowth and wheezing with a large hat. So they're gonna turn into a water type, but you will have ice moves most likely, right? You won't be fighting anymore, but again, you probably will have fighting moves. Dashagoon may be good. I think its physical defense looked like it was decent. I'm expecting more than likely a ice move. Prepare the rigging for a big transformation. My Pokemon's gonna rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Obviously, the best situation here would be Calm Off, but I don't think it's safe to just switch it into anything willy-nilly. Honest to God, Crabominable makes perfect sense for this dude. It's got like the same face. One old man Kofu special coming right up. Hang on tight. We'll get swept away by the surging chef. I went water. Okay. Well, Crabominable is slow. Well, Play Rough could have a special effect, right? If it lowers the target's attack, that would be cool. It didn't. Goodbye, my friendly little dog. I let you die for my sins. I mean, Palmer would be great. Probably would be just best to go straight into you. What was our... it had to have been electric, right? Because I don't think Palmy was fighting at all. Oh? Oh, I'm dumb. I was like, where's my terrestrializing? I didn't use it accidentally, did I? I had to go in the battle menu. I also did some of the raids just to see stuff, and I realized that I had seen the terrestrialized form. I had just completely forgotten. It was like the basic diamond shape. Like a diamond ring kind of thing. I think I confused that with what the rock one would be, which I don't remember if I've seen that one before. I kind of keep forgetting what some of them are. But, I mean, that was, again, frankly, it didn't really matter, but I was kind of happy that I was able to level up some of these Pokemon, I guess. Ho ho ho! Vault and Veluza, you're a lively one, ain't ya? A little too lively, if I do say so myself. What are you gonna give me? Scald? I already have Surf. Gaha! Lost as refreshing as the air at the morning market. I'm just like a helpless little Magikarp to you, eh? Flopping around all willy-nilly. You got me good, I tell ya. What a great catch you are. Oh my. Just like a master fish, you held on tight till the last second and reeled in victory. I don't think I really held on tight there. I was still kind of over-leveled, but... now it's time to hand over a gym badge to ya, and let's get a real good photo together using a pose I've been wanting to try out for a while now. I kind of wish these pictures didn't have the text over them. That definitely was not the pose I was expecting. With 4 gym badges in your possession, Pokemon of up to level 40 will be easier to catch and listen to you and when you ask them to do things. So still not Dawn fan, but I was going to wait until I got to that level anyways. Let me throw this in too as an extra special bonus. I'm sure you can make good use of it. Chilling water? User attacks the target by showering it with water that's so cold it saps the target's power. This also lowers the target's attack. Okay. Alright, it's about time I headed on back to my restaurant and got to prepping for the next wave. You come back to see me again now, you hear? He should have had a chef's hat. He would have looked better with a very tall chef's hat with a like little like ratata inside of the hat that like lets him make the food. I was gonna say, we didn't see you for a bit, so... oh, Rogue, hola! Wanna battle? Battle me, please, battle me, please, battle. Caught you just as you finished up in here, huh? Nice work. That puts you 4 badges in now, right? Man, that's awesome. I can't believe you're halfway through your gym journey already. Your efforts are bearing so much fruit so quickly. Makes me want to just challenge you to a battle right here, right now. But I'm gonna have to wait. So I put together my team of Pokemon specifically to take on the gym leader. Dang it! When I battle you, I want to do it under the best possible conditions, which means this time, I've got to ask for a rain check. God, this is the worst timing ever. Sorry, Rogue. Forgive me, forgive me! Aren't you gonna challenge the gym? You haven't... okay. Frankly, that battle would have been fine with just... Palmer, I'm assuming. Where are you, fish? Water Psychic, okay. All around that. Just around the coast? I did not see it. I brought Pomo to the coast before. Also, I want to see what the base power on Chilling Water is. Doesn't seem like as good as like something like Scald would be. I didn't mean to save, but we'll save. Like, it seems like overall it would be more consistent because you're not fishing for the burn, but the burn usually comes anyways. I could probably... oh, there it is. I was gonna say I could probably sort this. 50? No, that's not good at all. Scald was like base power 80. 50's not worth it. Okay, dang, I wanted to fly away, did not realize this was an elevator. Why not just give us stairs? I wish to fly. Look at that little child with a cup. You shouldn't drink that coffee, child. Did you know Pokemon are so cute? Where did I want to go? I wanted to head back to the water. I'm gonna say we probably just want to go straight to you. Especially since you're so close by, but now I want to explore. So I want wacky fish. I don't know what that fish is based on. I guess I'm not really familiar enough with fish to know what any of them are based on. Besides the, well, birds as well, but frigate bird I just remembered because the, Smogon has their, like, fake decks, and they made a, like, captain bird that had, like, the puffed up chest, if I remember right. I mean, those Pokedex doesn't mention, like, anything else, because that is a large range to look for this. Nope. I was over here before, too, trying to, train Palmet, because, you know, water types. Shelter. Oh. Cool that you ended up in the game. Everyone's favorite fish. Oh, that's a Wingull. Like, also, I don't want to get too far on the beach. That might turn into an issue. Oh! Big bird. Yo, check out this beach, though. Never actually came down here. I, also went back to... Oh, big birds everywhere. I went back to the, whatever... East Province region. Or whatever it's actually called. The one where we fought the, Cloth Titan. And jumped around there a little bit. Again, just doing raids. But I found the TM for Heavy Slam, which isn't too bad. I feel like some of these TMs have to be, like... Maybe even all of them. I think for a fact that items do kind of just randomly spawn. But I wouldn't be surprised if the TMs are at set locations. But I figured at the very least that some TMs are probably in like various spots or something. I was over here before, right? This was Raichu? Yeah, Raichu. Maybe I just shouldn't even worry about this. That Pelipper is going to eat that Magikarp. You see that? See, like, so that would be just some casual interactions, like Pelipper picking up a Magikarp would be pretty neat. That's... What is it? Braxish? Also, that Bombardier was coming right at me. And you could always just have it, like, drop the Magikarp afterwards. And just, you know, I guess I would want interactions that are similar to what they show in Pokemon Snap, which I know is very static in its presentation. Well, not maybe static's the wrong word, but, like, on rails, quite literally. That's more so what I mean by that. could always actually go all the way up there. Where are we? If the fast travel was a little closer, I could always glide down here for the item. I might want to still do that. I'm gonna say we might give up on this fish. I really wouldn't imagine it being a rare encounter. How far along the edge here can we actually go? Tell you what, the ocean is definitely more enjoyable when you're not worried about randomly running into tentacles forever. It's really weird looking at Wingull being so small and comparing that to Watrel being just a thick little freak. I keep seeing Aeroscuta and thinking it's something. I also see the reflection on the water sometimes and think it's something. I think I might be giving up on this. What's in the water here? Oh! Whimsical. I'm not gonna worry about that. Not what I expected to see. In case you wanted a dragon there that can have a special typing. Oh, these guys probably are at a high level. I didn't realize where I was. 13? Very high level. Where am I? This looks like this is like leading to where that one gym is over here. But at such a low level. Very tight. I don't realistically want to go here. I don't think anyways. Okay. The Pokemon I encountered were definitely not level 15 when I encountered them. What a great view. I don't want to fight trainers because I did not heal at all and I don't know. I feel scared. I say as I continue forward. Yeah, this is like the... And then you're level 42. Which might just be because of the fact that you're like a fully evolved, like some of the Dawn fans and whatnot. No, all of you are kind of level 40 something, so probably shouldn't be over here. But we're so... Sylveon's just chilling. We're so close to Alfredo. Alright, back over here. We'll see if we can go this way. We might have to go all the way around this. Probably for the best, we might have to go all the way around that. Maybe I'll stick with my B team right now. Because, again, I don't know what level range we're supposed to be. Doesn't help that the last thing I did was fight a level 45 Pokemon that I probably shouldn't have dealt with. Actually, I am going to switch out one Pokemon. I was training Armor Rouge a little bit for funsies. Maybe I'll keep... I don't know. Armor Rouge seemed alright. I trained a couple of Pokemon for funsies. Like, it is very easy to just kind of throw a Pokemon in there and level them up. Like, I got Knuckle Stack to 31. I like Knuckle Stack, alright. He's fine. Knuckle Stack's fine. Armarouge to 29. Not really feeling Doshboon, I don't think. We'll get rid of Doshboon. Got low kicks up a little bit. Started leveling them up a smidge, even Claffy. Didn't do everyone, I got bored eventually. But it's alright. We'll just continue with these guys, why not? Funsies. It's for funsies. So we need to head this way. So, like, even with that in mind, too, it's just like, hey, I might as well... It doesn't really matter if I use Pokemon that are... Is it true that Wooper and Paldeas are venomous? I have a blue Wooper I caught in another region. Yes. Good thing I have bad Woopers. Which one's the worst Wooper? Both of them are pretty bad. This one's level 5. I'm gonna do this to spite you. Well, that Wooper's got a dark color. You sure you're okay to trade? If I need to, like, level up my A team, it's not going to be too difficult, is what I was trying to say, before I got distracted by the Wooper child. She actually seems older than my character. Real Wooper. Manchester. Wow, it really does have a poison type. That's so cool! Blue Wooper's neat too, so make sure you give it lots of attention, okay? I think I still prefer Blue Wooper. Did it come at me with the same nature? Oh, it's so close to evolving into Quaxly. Level 18. Bet you she feels real cool about the level 5 one I gave her. It looks like I can't actually go over the direction I want to go from here. It's like all wall. Unless if this cool elevator has somewhere to go. It looks like it's all walls. Only reason I picked this though is because I knew that if I need to, well, I didn't think I could go along this wall. This is bonus. New territory. Let me look at you. Lock on, please. 19. Very easy to deal with, actually. Man, the levels and areas are really weird. Like, what? How would we come here without going through harder zones? I mean, that mountain looks wild. And by wild, I mean it's probably not a big deal. We'll fight the trainers here, and if things go south, don't blame me. Let's use Armarouge, because Armarouge is fun. My hypothesis was correct. People in this region talk to each other to start battles. Wow. I understand, and I think it is better that you just talk to trainers. I think there should be like a trainer type that will force battles onto you as a challenge. And alternatively, I also feel like there should be like only a couple of Pokemon that will force you into a battle if you walk into them instead of like all of them. Because like things like Tauros that like comes right at you, makes sense. But, you know, just casually, accidentally bumping into anything else going into a battle if you don't want to kind of sucks. Armor Rouge is alright. Again, like, I don't think I have any problems with these night Pokemon. I don't remember what the other one's called. I think it's like Celesta Blade. But, they just seem kind of weird to me. Also, when I had it out in, like, battle, it went to sleep, and it was kind of cool. It looked like it was a Dark Souls boss. Not a boss, just, like, Night kind of, like, sitting. Like, casually sitting. Do it. Go to sleep. Sleep for me. It's not listening. It looks like it's wearing oven mitts. It's alright looking. I guess what I like about it too is it looks more like the direct evolution of I forgot the evolution's name. Syndicate? Syndicate? Also, I've already been over there, so I could have always just flown over, huh? Not flown over. Well, I could have also done that. I could have just gone there as soon as I wanted to. I just figured I didn't really explore much of this area. And especially not whatever all of this up here is. Guess what's in my backpack? Severed heads. I'm kind of a wacko. I have Pokemon. You severed the heads of Pokemon? That's messed up. Like, legit, I don't understand how you would be here with low-level Pokemon that would be able to, not be able to, but be at the range of 17. Oh, dang. Stork's up here. Dang. The flying, I feel like, kind of makes it harder to do the cheese. But I guess by the time you have flying, you really don't need to. I just want to see. Ooh, okay, TM for Dragon Dance is pretty sick. I'm guessing since it's just Psyducks up here that these guys aren't going to be very high level either. Also, auto battle is really helpful for filling out the Pokédex without actually attempting to fight them. Please just actually aim at Numble. There you go. That's all I wanted. Okay, stop auto battling though. I don't need Phanpy. It's way quicker too than just actually fighting anyone. What was that? Oh. There he is. Wall Buizel. Was it worth it? I don't think it was worth it. Meryl. Okay, we're good. I also, what I wanted to say that I got distracted on because of Wall. Ooh. Oh, this has to be the Team Fire. But when I was doing auto battle, I think there was a Ditto disguised as a Pokemon, because I filled out a entry for Ditto at some point. Like, it showed up on my mini thing, but I didn't actively see it. Which I think is cool, and I always kind of thought would have been a fun way to do, like, Ditto and Zora, to, like, have them imitate out in the wild. Although it is, I can see it also being frustrating, but so I'm guessing the reason everyone's level 17 is because we are technically in this area. See, so like I don't really want to run into you, buddy. Oh wait, get me out of there. Ooh. Psychic Fang's neat. I think the usefulness of a lot of these TMs that I say are neat really is comes down to how many Pokemon can actually learn these moves. Like I don't think Psychic Fang's been a TM before, so I don't know how many people actually can learn it. But you know, having a form of a physical psychic move seems like a pretty decent idea. I'm dying. Please. Just really want this fresh water. Very important to me. We're up here. A lot of littles littling about. Alright, down here is where danger is. Ipa. Dirty. Reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. Pachirisu. Battle it. Go get him. Nailed it. Go, you know, deal with Prison 2. Oh, that was a sleeping Persian. It confused me. Shroomish. Don't, please. Not getting that item. You know, there was that, like, save you from falling mechanic that was kind of cool. Kind of wish it was, would happen while you're on your horse. Vigoroth. Vigoroth is larger than I thought it would be. Vigoroth this. I think... Was I over here before? I know I kind of like jumped around this part quickly. Oh right, I saw Rockruff, I think. I think I remember that one. Alright, considering what we are gonna face here... Actually, I want to go over there. Let's go over there before we do this. And that this should be at least a step up from Crasher Wake. I already forgot his name. Kobe? Cole? Kobo? Anyways, My train of thought here is, considering this will probably be a step above, and this is going to be a normal type gym, let's get Primate back in the party. I also probably should have read what this guy had to say. I doubt it was important. I'll just get rid of Palmet. I mainly just wanted like an excuse to use a different electric type. Energy Ball? That's decent. I would like Giga Drain more, but I'm never gonna use Grassy Train. Oh. Very good. Looks like my search is getting cut short. You've killed my Pokemon. Where does this lead, actually? That's kind of curious. Nowhere, apparently. Persian, leave me alone. Oh. I thought it was something special because it was hiding in the bush. You, as a fairy type, seem interesting. I don't, like, again, I don't really know how effective any of this would be. But throwing a fairy type on you seems neat to me. Or a psychic type, apparently. Right, fairy type is a butterfly. I'm dumb. Well, psychic type really doesn't mean much now, does it? Nothing's gonna be very effective. I will not catch you. Oh, you have Flash Fire! Why would I do this to myself? Dang, you disabled my terrible move decision. Smog's legit the only thing I have, but don't worry. They'll deal with them. I will catch you, because we realistically can't have a Psychic type one without a big stab Psychic type Armor Rouge. I don't know the name. Because now that I'm saying this, I'm like, oh yeah, his name was Char Cadet, not Cinder Kid. Like, we could only ever get Armor Rouge as a fire type normally, because Char Cadet is just fire type. So, it's something. I'm not gonna use it, but it's something.